On today's episode of My Strange Addictions, we have purchased another vehicle that we are going to be giving away in today's video.
This car is actually a 2008 Audi A4 that I got for a really good price. It is all-wheel drive and has a 4-cylinder with a turbo, so it makes lots of good noises and it's pretty fuel efficient. That being said, there is just one problem with it. As you can tell, the back end of this car has been hit and this actually totaled it on the insurance. The rest of the car still looks great. The quarter panel, there's nothing wrong with it. But over here, this was pushed in a little bit and then this whole trunk was completely caved in and there's a little bit of damage on the bumper. So we're gonna try to buff a lot of this out. There are some cracks in it, like up here. I'm not really worried about that. And there's a hole down here. I'm also not really worried about that. The main thing is obviously we need taillights in order to drive this car legally. And I also want to fix that massive dent, and by fix I mean replace it entirely. I've got a brand new trunk that's sitting over here that I got off of eBay. We should be okay with it, I hope. I never opened up the package, so I don't actually know. Ordered it online, sight unseen basically, so it could have some damage as well, but hopefully not. And then also we've got some taillights from K2 Industries, I believe. They are fantastic people. They helped me out a lot with this. They helped get me some really cool taillights for this car in a very short amount of time. So thank you, K2 Industries. We'll actually talk about them later in the video, but for now, the car needs a bath. It's filthy, we need to wash it, see if there's any other damages that I'm not seeing, and then we'll replace the trunk, taillights, and see if it starts. I still don't know because the battery might be dead. I know what some of you might be thinking, I definitely did not wash this car, and you're gonna be correct on that. I just sprayed it off because I wanted to see if there's any other damage that I couldn't see, but everything's looking like it's mostly back here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix this bumper or not because I can't tell where it's pushed in, so I'm hoping once I remove the trunk off, we'll be able to have access to this guy and push it back into place because that's going to bother me. I would have gotten a new bumper, but I didn't have time for this, and I've only got about 2 hours to work on this thing today before I go and get another car because I have this strange addiction where I have to keep buying everything that I see, and it's a problem. But again, this one is going to be given away, so stay tuned until the end of the video to figure out how that's going to work or to figure out who it's going to. All right, so I guess the next step would be to go ahead and replace this bumper. This should be pretty straightforward. Just got to unbolt it from this bracket. Same thing here. And then as for the taillights, I haven't looked at this yet. I know some of this got pushed in, but I don't know how far. Okay, so I might have to do some pulling on this to get it back out. Something I completely forgot about was I still need to remove the trunk cover. In order to do this, I had to take apart the Help I've Been Kidnapped latch, which is held on by one screw, and then I can pop the handle up and slowly pry off the cover that's held on by push clips. There are wires that run directly behind this cover, so it has to be removed in order to take the trunk off. On top of doing all this, my new trunk did not come with any of the parts to be functional, so while it's off the car, I'll also be swapping all the old bits onto the new trunk. So this is the side that was damaged. As you can tell, it's pretty flat and like a pancake, and it's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look more like that. That's at least about 2 inches, 1.5 inches. That is no longer existent on the other side. Now we can go ahead and put the new one on. Before I do that, I do want to go ahead and try to pull some of this and see if that straightens out the bumper, because I think some of this did get damaged, and that might be why the car got totaled. Because again, everything else here, quarter panel wise, all that's straight, all that looks good. It was just the trunk, taillight, and the bumper that I saw that got actually damaged. To remove the rear bumper, there are 3 screws for the tire and about 5 10mm nuts on the inside of the trunk. To get to these nuts, I had to remove the interior paneling, which revealed how bad the damage actually is. I think I've got the bumper off enough to where I can have access to where it is damaged. If you look right here, if it'll focus, this is the spot that got pushed in. I went ahead and hammered it out a little bit. I've got a bolt here that I'm gonna try to grab onto and then pull it out. That way we can get it as far out as possible. I've got everything pulled out far enough to where I believe we can go ahead and start bolting it back up. This whole area, I believe, is supposed to be glued to this because it was connected at some point and it's no longer, so I've got glue to glue this back. That'll keep it forced there. And then I have glue to fill in this little crack right here. And I think that'll pull everything in, because yeah, if you see that, it tucks it in so it's a little bit more even, and then we should be done with the damage. This is pretty much good. I have to run the wires, and then I've got to do taillights, and they'll be completely done back here. Everything's in its place, and now we're ready for the taillight. Speaking of them, that is inside of this box right here. Again, this is from K2 Industries. They are really, really helpful, and they got me these in a short amount of time and actually hooked us up a little bit. So thank you to K2 Industries. Make sure you go check them out. Here's a little sticker for you. Follow them on Instagram. I'll leave a link down in the description. But let me show you the taillights for these guys. Here's what the old taillight looked like. It's not horrible by any means, but here is the brand new ones. These are all LED. I've got the LED turn signals, and just look how good they look. I think having this on that black color is gonna make everything just stand out even more. And then I've got mud flaps that came with the car, so I'll install some mud flaps and potentially raise the car a little bit, because as you can tell, that fitment, it's good, but it's really, really low. It might be a little hard to see on camera, but this tab here is catching this plug. So when I plug it in, it doesn't go anywhere. So if I get rid of that tab, we should be okay. I think that's all the way in. If not, we'll come back here and test it later. It's still a little pushed in here. It's not my favorite fitment, but as long as it works, then that's okay. Now that I've got the corner light on, I can work on attaching the trunk lights. For these lights, there's a plastic tab that screws directly onto the backside and pinches itself against the trunk. If not adjusted correctly, the whole light will pop out. Sweet! Taillights are working. I would do brakes, but you're gonna see that and I won't, so it doesn't matter. Now that we know that both taillights are working, I need to see if the car actually starts. I did let it sit overnight on the charger, so we should be able to pop the hood, remove the charger, and then we can start the car. So hopefully this works. So this car has been sitting for quite a while. I don't know if it's gonna start, but I'm really hoping the charger worked. Okay, we're good, it starts. That means we can drive it, and we are technically legal. Taillights work, and I really don't have to do anything else. So I'm gonna wrap up the last little bit, which is the headlights, mud flaps, and then we're gonna go give this to my brother. That's right, this car, let me shut the beeping off. Yes, this is going to be going to my brother. He has been a fantastic support system when it comes to my personal life and to just the YouTube channel in general, and part of the reason why I have as many cars as I have and why I like to work on them. So it's a big thank you to him. He is a very giving and helpful person to not only myself, but to everyone around him, and I cannot think of a more deserving person than him to get a car that is decently reliable. I say that it's an Audi. I don't know how reliable it actually is, but it's decently reliable, and he can just do what he wants with it. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be a good surprise for him. He has no clue that he's gonna be getting it. I'm hoping that I can possibly get a little bit of crying from him. I doubt it, because we both don't share our emotions to anybody. So I don't know how this is gonna go. I didn't think about it until now. Yeah, so hopefully we get a good reaction. Now let's go ahead and wrap all this up and see if you like it, and if you don't, then we'll wrap it into a tree.
Baby, I've fallen for you, and the way you make me feel, don't need to pretend. You got me falling.
Well, my original plan while I was down here was to adjust the coilover, but I just remembered I don't have my wrench to do so. So that means I'm gonna leave this up to my brother. If he decides that he wants to raise this, he can. I definitely think he should, because it's just way too low as it is. Some people like it, I personally don't. I think it definitely needs to go up a little bit more, but I'll leave that up to him. It actually looks kind of good with the mud flap, not gonna lie. So there's that side, which you can't see because everything is black, but there it is, versus no mud flap. I feel like it does give it some character, so I'm okay with it. And I'm just gonna work on doing the rest of the wheels and tires. Well, we'll also need new tires for this thing, because there are wires showing. There's all the wires that I stabbed my hand on.
Today is the final day that we're gonna be working on the car. All I have left to do is finish off the headlights, and then we can go and give this to my brother as a surprise. So let's wrap this up real quick, get it all staged and ready to go, and then we'll see his reaction. I'm a little nervous because I have no clue how it's gonna be. Here's a good before look. This one's not too bad. And here's a before look on this one, which this one is much, much worse. And then we'll do an after once we get this done.
20 minutes later.
I'm not sure how well it's picking up on camera, but it looks so much cleaner now. They actually look really, really good. And we're pretty much finished with the car. So all we have left to do is wait for my friends to show up because they're gonna be driving this. I'm gonna be driving the BMW, and I've gotta clear out this whole area. And my plan is to basically go drifting in the BMW and then get stuck or break down, call my brother and ask for help because he's just about to get off work. And I feel like if I tell him I'm stuck somewhere, which is located next to his house, he'll be more than likely to show up and lend me a hand. So that's kind of the game plan. I'm not entirely sure. I'm winging it right now. I'm usually good at it, so we'll just see how it goes. Okay, we're at the spot where I want to film, and we did get followed by a cop. That was kind of nerve-wracking. I really thought that I was gonna get pulled over. Thankfully we didn't. He seemed pretty cool. And now I gotta act like my car broke down and I can't get it started because my brother literally lives right over there. Sorry if my hands are shaking. I'm really nervous and really excited. So I'm trying to like calm my nerves and it's not really working. I swear to God, if he's not at the house.
Hello.
Hey, are you at your house?
Yeah.
Hey, so I was out filming with the BMW.
Yeah?
I'm right next to that park, and I think the battery set or something. I got jumper cables if you want to come over here and jump me off.
Yeah. Let me get off my Xbox. I'll be over there in just a few minutes.
Okay, you know where the little airstrip thing is? I'm literally in the dirt field right next to that.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
On the way.
All right, thank you, bye.
Bye.
I'm so nervous. I need to stop. Oh my God, it's rubbing everywhere. The mud flaps are too low. Oh my God, that's hilarious. It's still going. He's literally sweeping the ground with the mud flaps. I'm dying right now. That's so funny. Yeah, the car 100% needs to be raised up. Okay, so he's on his way over here. We're gonna have the car parked over there. He shouldn't be able to tell what it is or see it because it wouldn't make sense for him to know. And I'm just gonna have him directed or focused on the BMW itself because he should just roll in, come over here. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna notice, especially if the park like that. I think we're okay. I've never done something like this for my brother, so I feel really, really happy about it. He's always been really good to me and helped me out a lot over the years, and he's my biggest influence, and everything that I choose to do and not to do, he kind of inspired all that. So yeah, it's about time that somebody says thank you and gives back to him, because he definitely deserves it. Show off. So, BMW's not dead.
Here we go.
That's Eric's Audi.
Well, I know it's Eric's Audi.
I bought Eric's Audi. And now it's yours.
What?
You got the keys. You idiot! You ruined my video, Levi! You know how you needed a daily? That's gonna make me cry. You can't do that.
You're gonna make me
You
cry.
can't do that. Yes, it's yours. Yes.
So dark. I'll take that.
You suck. You suck.
It's still hard to see because it's too dark now. Mud flaps are new. Taillights are new. Trunk is new. I tried to pull out the quarter or the trunk area.
You questioning me about taillights?
Yeah.
You are such an asshole. I hate you so much.
I feel really bad because none of the cameras are going to do justice right now. But yeah, I showed him the taillights at work and I was like, hey, Eric's looking at trying to get taillights. Do you like these or do you like the originals? And he said he likes these, and these are the ones that I've been trying to get for a while. But I didn't want to get them. So K2 Industries is the one that helped supply these. So thank you very much to him or to them. And yeah, so we got the taillights that he wanted and everything else. It's still not perfect. I found out the front tires have wire showing. I apologize for that. Eric has the other wheels and tires, so we can get those from him, put it on here. I just have to finish paying him off for it. And then I would love to have you drive it on the gravel.
You're gonna level the gravel for that.
It scrapes really bad. I personally think it needs to be raised. It's on coilovers. I just didn't have the coilover wrench to do it.
That's a bit too slim for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, we're kind of the same.
I like it low, but that's a bit too much.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I wanted to raise it, but I didn't have my wrenches because I don't know where they're at. I think they're in storage. So I would 100% raise it, grab the other wheels and tires so you won't have an exploding tire on the front, and then the mud flaps might need to be adjusted a little bit whenever you raise it. Other than that, it runs and drives. It does smoke a little bit too. I think it has either bad seal on the turbo or oil leak somewhere. I feel horrible, but 4-cylinder turbo, all-wheel drive, should be kind of fun, and now you don't have to worry about trying to buy a daily vehicle or something more fuel efficient. So yeah, will you take it now?
I don't deserve this, dude. I don't.
That's not true. If anybody deserves it, it's definitely you. I needed it out of my driveway, okay? That's the real reason. I'm kidding.
No.
Anyway, we're gonna turn cameras off because it's too dark to see, and I'll do another update at the house and just finish off the video. Thank you to everybody who has watched so far. I really appreciate it. Leave a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel.
Like this. Y'all subscribe to this man. He works really hard on his content. That's just not because he's, you know, doing a car thing right now for me. I've been there since the beginning. This kid works hard. He's not a kid anymore. I've known him since, you know, he's my little brother. Y'all share this, subscribe to this man. He could definitely use the support.
Thank you. I appreciate
I'm
it.
not a paid actor either, by the way.
Definitely not a paid actor. Nobody's a paid actor in my videos because I can't pay anybody because I keep buying dumb cars. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm going to wrap it up and finish it off at the house.
I talked to you guys like twice and we both suck.
If I